Episode 6, Season 3 of Chucky, titled Panic Room, picks up where the last episode, Episode 5, left off. We see that President Collins is now dead after Chucky gouged his eyes out and took his eye for some reason. Well, Devon Sawa's character is in and out, and it's a going trope that he dies, and that's it. It's a running gag in this series. But once again, he comes back as the president's double. Not only that, we see Mrs. Collins, the president's wife, trying to keep things calm for her sons Henry and Grant, while, everything else going on around her is going crazy. Which is why I feel like this episode is titled Panic Room. We then see Warren Price, who is kind of the agent trying to cover things up. But then Chucky is slowly dying, and we know that. So Jake, Devin, and Lexi are invited to a dinner and a movie night at the White House by Grant. And then Lexi tells Grant the true story of what's going on. Then Chucky is like, I want to do something big. So he uses Henry to get to the body double, which then in turn takes him down to the Situation Room in order to launch World War III. He kind of, in a way, tells the body double to put the launch codes in, give him the designation and areas. It's Moscow, Pyongyang, and then the North Pole. And in a comedic aspect and way, Chucky says, I want to see every kid know that Santa Claus doesn't exist. And it's just a funny comedy trope. So Jake, Devin, Lexi, and Grant, they get down to the Situation Room. They go in right before the launch happens, and then they stop Chucky in a way. They actually do try and stop him. But then he's almost at the buzzer, and he's like, before he goes, he's like, fuck Santa. And he presses the launch button, and it goes to the North Pole, and it blows up in the North Pole. Which is, I guess, okay in a way, because there's nobody there. So in a really interesting turn of events, Chucky, yes, and I will say this, and this is a big, huge spoiler for this entire series and franchise, Chucky is finally dead. His body disintegrates into ashes, and it goes away. Price tries to keep everything under control. Mrs. Collins tells Price, get the hell away from my children. Do not look at them. Henry and Grant just look on. Jake and Devin are embracing. Lexi's trying to figure out what to do because she doesn't know still where her sister is, and only Chucky knew. And then as everything's coming down, we see the ghost. Yes, the ghost. Because once you die in the White House, you stay there. The ghost stays there. We see the ghost of Charles Lee Ray. Brad Dourif in human or ghostly spiritual form come in, and that's the end of the episode. This was a phenomenal episode. Now, is Chucky dead? I will say, yes, he is. After 30-some years, this character is dead, but now he is a ghost. Now he's roaming the White House, but what can he do? Seeing Brad Dourif return to this role in physical form, life form, well, spiritual form in a way, after so many decades is really, really good. Brad Dourif makes this character what it is and well worth it. Not only that, there are 2 episodes left in this season. What's going to happen? What can happen? And not only that, will this get a 4th season, or will everything wrap up in this season, and will the franchise continue, or will it not? So many things, because you could say, oh, Chucky, lives on. He technically doesn't, because Chucky is actually dead. This is one of the first horror icons you can say is actually dead. And the reason Chucky wanted to be and launch World War III is because he wanted to kill 8 billion people and be the biggest serial killer of all time. The writing is good, the comedic aspects are good, and just the tension of not knowing what's going to happen is really, really fun and fascinating. If you're a fan of the franchise, like I am, the Child's Play franchise, and the Chucky series, check this out. You won't be disappointed. This is fun from the start, and Season 3 is really, really fun for sure, especially what's going to happen now with everything that's going on, and actually knowing now that Chucky is dead. Whew. Wow, what an episode. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Episode 6, Season 3 of Chucky, titled Panic Room. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story, the continuation of everything? you like that the character is kind of actually dead? Do you think Chucky is actually dead? Did you like seeing Brad Dourif show up? And what do you think is going to happen in the rest of this season? Do you think we'll get a 4th season? Or do you think that that's it? Don Mancini will wrap everything up and the franchise is no more? Let me know in the comment section below. But all the questions I just asked, and be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new review videos on my channel. I'll see you all in the next review video. I'm Mr. Filmstock, and thank you so much for tuning in. And be sure you tune in next week for my episode 7 season 3 review of Chucky.